Good morning, guys, gals. Ted from Pewview Farms here. It is December. It is Tuesday, and I believe it is the 17th. Today is the 17th of December. It is a Tuesday morning. We are out here doing chores, and we got the red snapper doing its job. You guys can hear we got a shortfall. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, basically to say good morning to everybody and to stress what a good fencer does for a farm, especially a hobby farm, when you're not around for a multitude of hours during the day. You know, you're away at work. You're hoping on your containment system to hold your animals in and let them eat. Well, my guess right now, and that would make for a lot of views if I went and grabbed that gate, but I'm not going to do it. Sorry, I don't have enough gumption to do that. Must be, see, I got a hot wire running out of my fencer in the barn up overhead, then it comes down, and this is one of them coated underground wires basically. And then I got it zip tied all the way along the feed gates up on the head there to the actual wires to start the fencing. And it has worked for a few years, worked very flawlessly actually. And the red snapper's telling me that I got an issue that I need to fix. Now, I do know that there's some fencers out there that do not make that noise when you have a short. And that's why I like this fencer. In the summertime, when we throw all of our cows over next door, basically I take the red snapper out of here and put it over there, because it lets me know when I have an issue, and that's what I like about this fencer. It was a little more expensive, but I tell you what, for those of you who are interested in getting... Good morning, Snowball. Good morning, Bubba's. For those of you that might be interested, that's what we use. You can see we got a little menagerie of wires right there, but she's working. She's telling me that we need some issues, but I do like this fencer. You know, it makes a nice snap when there's an issue. So, red snapper, for those of you who are interested in purchasing a fencer to start your hobby farm, I would highly suggest red fencer. This is the second one, same model. Basically, when we first bought this, let's just call it, I think it's probably 6 years ago. 2 years later, I had some issues internally. Called up the company. They sent me a package, pre-postage, everything, and I sent it back to them, and they sent me a new fencer. After they got into it, there were some issues. Didn't cost me a dime. They held true to their product, and they stood right by it. No questions. And it was done in a very good, timely manner, which needs to be done. I mean, because these things are not cheap. You know, I didn't really want to have to go out and buy another fencer. I just threw one of my cheaper ones on there at the time being. So, the red snapper, I love them. Absolutely love them. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug this baby. There we go. Now we have no issues. And then we can dig into it and see what's going on there. My guess is obviously that coated wire has been rubbed through, probably from their heads, just hitting it enough. They might be hanging a little bit lower on that one corner. So we will get that area cleaned up and see what we can do. I got all kinds of tape. We got heat shrink tubes I can wrap around it and, you know, recoat it again. So we'll get that taken care of this morning. But as you guys can see, we are here in western New York and it is snowing. Do I seem upset? No, not really. Because underneath that snow, right over there on the other side of the driveway, is a crap ton of mud. So basically this is covering it up. Anything that I've been working on exposing with the snowblower in the last 2 or 3 days that we've been getting this snow is starting to harden up. this driveway is really not muddy anymore. I think today I'm going to run through with the snowblower one more time, level it off real good. The area where the cows have been eating is starting to get hard. Very much appreciable. It's keeping these guys out of the thick mud. Oh, that's Big Bull. Oh, Big Bull. You're just kind of chilling out here by yourself. Yeah, you little twerp. So, no, just out here doing chores. Loving life. We're actually gonna head on over to the Kubota M7040 and start it up. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll start this tractor up while I am doing chores, and it gives it plenty of time to warm up. There is a glow plug right there, that yellow light that just kicked on. Works pretty good. Cold start M7040. So we'll let this baby warm up. So we'll get the chores done, get that fence fixed, and we're hanging around here this morning. You know, usually I get a little project plan one way or another, doing something, and I got one thing I'm going to work on today, and two things. I got to work on that gate. Yeah, I wouldn't want to reach my head through there and get zipped to eat. So we will one more panoramic view of western New York snow. I think it's here to stay. Judging by the weather, I think this is here to stay. And I'm fine with it. Let's do it. We'll get it done and we'll hop into spring. Okay, what we're looking at here is the hot wire, and this is in the general vicinity right in here where it was snapping. The only thing I can take is right, let's see, right there by my finger, there's a little indentation. So I'm thinking that this was covered with manure right here, frozen manure in this area. So it was actually arcing. Had to have been. It's the only place that I see that's raw, and it ain't even really raw. It's just an indentation where it might be broke, or the coating broke, I should say. Right there. So that's my guess, because I've checked everything else and I ain't seeing anything else. So we'll pull her loose a little bit and get some good old electrical tape around that, and turn her back on, and we should be good to go. Easy fix. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, guys, gals. Well, I'm out here in the arena, we call it. Yeah, I know, Sonny. He wants out, but it's gonna get a little nasty today. I think we're gonna leave him in and just feed him some good hay. And what I wanted to show you guys is this is kind of the bedding area for the animals. It's about time that I get the skid steer in here and kind of scrape the manure off. Like I said, there's about a foot of sawdust and wood chips, so it's not really wet, but it's starting to get kind of crappy. But bedding area, self-contained, right? We're going to be getting rid of our calves really soon. Well, usually every morning the big stock will just start moving out, heading to the feeder, and the little stock kind of just hangs out in here for a while until they get enough energy and ambition to want to head on out. And that's what I like about this area right here, is I can go up to the other farm and get some of these gates that I used this spring to or this fall to corral everybody up, and corral off this section right here all the way to that wall. And that keeps these calves in here. We can separate, and then I got enough gates that I can get corralled going to the inside of the barn, and we can get these guys inside. Those are my plans. That's kind of how I'm going to work this. Hopefully it works out all right, properly, happily, funnily, correctly. So we'll see. Just kind of wanted to show you guys that I do have a plan to separate these animals here within the next coming weeks. As you can see, we just had a snowplow go through, and just to show you guys, our townships around here, including the one that I work for, the majority of the material we put down on the road is sand. When I first started, we were a 3-to-1 mix, 3 sand, 1 salt. Now we're at a 2-to-1. I believe this town is still at a 3-to-1. The sand content looks pretty good here, but this is man's best friend, and I'm not gonna lie. I'd much rather be driving on this than a slushy road due to another municipality that used just strict salt, because that's what happens. And maybe the snowplow's coming through. We'll do a quick hello video, and he's gone. He's probably thinking, why are you videotaping me? Par for the course, Pewview Farms, the overfilling water tub. Ah, boy. Never fails. Walk away and I forget about it. All I gotta say is thank God for a good well. There, watch her drain. That's what I like about having this gravitational graviton hose. Made in America. Continental. Refurbished tires. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Now what was happening there when I showed you the water coming out, it was siphoning itself. Now it'll drain. And we got a little swim pool. No, I'm pretty sure that these are recycled tires. I'm pretty sure. Made in the USA, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Made in the USA. Good hose though. Very pliable, very flexible. Year round. It doesn't get stiff on you. Stiff. Huh, snowballs. I know. I'm wandering around aimlessly like a chicken with my head cut off. We still gotta put the electrical tape around that. Moment of truth. Drum roll. She's working, and I don't hear no ferocious snappy snap. We're doing it. I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't hear it snapping. Just kidding. I'm good. That took care of the problem for now. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a quick farmer fix just to get me through the day. That electrical tape is not holding very well, especially with these temps and this kind of weather, but that had to have been it. You know, it was just the manure. Say that 5 times fast. Was just kind of arcing. It was pretty impressive that manure travels electricity, but it did. Gate's good though for today, hopefully. As you guys can see, this is the little area that I was talking about that the calves like to hang out. Like I said, what I did is I just kind of pushed the sawdust and everything that was piled up against here out of the way and threw a bale, and they seem to like it over here. It gives them their own little personal area. Is this a good feeder? Absolutely not. Look at that. You can see Mama pushing on it right there, using it as an itching post. If I was smart, I'd take some of them good timber lock lags that I got and reinforce those into the corner beams a little bit better, just to give it a little more oomph. But it's all right, I think, as long as you keep the hay in front of it. Oh, that's Miss Summer. That's my heifer. Huh, Summers? Yes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop in the skid steer. Obviously, this machine doesn't get used as much as it used to, being that we have a nice warm cab. That thing's been running now for the last 20-30 minutes. I'm a little scatterbrained this morning. Keep forgetting what I'm doing, but this works really handy for going up to the hay piles on the feeders and just pushing it up instead of trying to spend 20 minutes pitchforking everything in. So we're gonna try to get this baby fired up. She's starting to show her age, for sure, age and hours. And normally I won't park it like this with a bucket way up, because now I got to jump, climb, and do a little Dukes of Hazzard slide onto the seat. But I think I did it so I could get through here with the tractor, because that's my gravel pile right there. Mountain Gravel. You ever seen white gravel before? So there's very little room in here, and I like to leave that under cover the best that I can. So we're gonna hop on in and get this thing fired up, let it warm up for a few minutes, and get these hay piles pushed into the feeders.